Hey, what's up, guys? This is Gaming Strategy TV on YouTube, and we just literally saw the new Avatar Legend of Korra Season 2 episode.
This episode is a phenomenal work. It really shows the old sense of Avatar. If for all of you old timers and nostalgia people out there, you will not be disappointed by this episode. I guarantee it. This really did bring back both the artistic themes of the really old episodes. It actually, in fact, the art is based off of ancient Chinese art, I believe, and the bending looks better, it doesn't look weak anymore. And additionally, it's always good to get some backstory in there, and that is precisely what this episode did.
So basically, this episode starts off with the Korra, and she was on the beach. She was just previously attacked by a dark spirit,
the Kraken,
and she doesn't remember anything. And she washes up on this island where there's a bunch of fire sages who bring her over to this pool. I guess it's like a spirit pool or some kind of this pool that holds special properties. So, and it's really nice to see when she goes into this pool. You see her past avatars. You see Aang, you see Roku, you see Kyoshi, you see who's the water one before her?
Kuruk. You see Avatar Kuruk.
And then finally to get to finally connect with herself, she has to go to the first avatar, which is Avatar 1. And so basically it goes, you meet Wan as early stages, and when you see his story from a different artistic style, not only from an actual point of view, it is phenomenal. I think I was very blown away by. At first, I thought I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy the art, but I got used to it, and it was beautiful. And so basically, to get in with the review for this episode, the episode's called,
I forget.
Yeah, but we'll have it in the description below.
Alright, so that's what the episode is called. In any case, so this is, the episode starts, well, the Wong's part of the episode starts with his backstory as a thief. He starts off at the bottom. Literally, he gets thrown into a mud pile with a bunch of cattle pigs. And so, that's because these cities, they're built upon the backs of massive lion turtles, which were featured in the original Avatar. Now, these lion turtles harbor massive cities, and they also harbor the power to grant people bending abilities. Sort of like how a lion turtle granted Aang energy bending. They can grant, before the time of bending, people the ability to, essentially the ability to bend the elements. Because people couldn't bend at that time. So the lion turtle will give them these powers to help them protect themselves while traveling the rest of the world. And at the time, the rest of the world was only inhabited by spirits. These dark, well, sort of dark evil spirits. They're good guys, but they hate men. So they hate people, and they think they're all, disgusting and destructive and evil.
So I believe that where our main character Wan starts off was basically the first Fire Nation. Basically, that's the earliest stages of the Fire Nation.
Yep, that's the element the lion turtle grants.
Right.
Wan.
So each of the lion turtles that Wan meets is basically the soon-to-be Earth, Fire, Water, Air nations. But so basically Wan was
Wan was found to be a thief. He stole from an aristocratic family which controlled the island at the time, aka the Lion Turtles back. And they were really greedy, autocratic rulers who hoarded the food from other people, forcing them to starve.
The Chan family.
Yep, they were not nice people. And so, the story starts off with a scene of Juan stealing a bunch of biscuits from the Chan family. He does pretty well at first, actually, considering that he can't bend. He's sort of flying through the rooftops and the clotheslines, and dodging, doing some epic parkour, if you ask me. But in the end, as he's caught eating, he's caught off guard while he's eating, and they throw him off a building, and he hits a tree and just walks back.
Face plants into like a pigsty, and walks back in shame to his little hut with
3 biscuits.
Now, what was interesting was with this scene, you get to see the first time ever, what the state in poverty these people are in. But you also get to see a strange character. We don't really get his name, I think.
No,
we may get his name, but I don't remember it. But he's like half tree, half human. And as you find out later in the episodes, that when spirits invade a person's body, they kind of pass on some of their traits into that person, appearance traits. So Juan decides, he's fed up with this kind of scum life and decides to get some power. And what other way to do it than
steal it from the lion turtle?
Well, not initially stealing it. What he does is he plans on going on this thing called the hunt, which is basically these hunters go out and hunt down spirit animals, either for like trophies or for food, probably for both. And so they're granted fire, or granted whatever ability the lion turtle will give them.
In this case, fire.
So he goes out to the spirit forest, but chickens out.
He says he misses home, and the guy, disgusted and all, sends him back and says, "Return your fire to the lion turtle." But instead of returning his fire to the lion turtle, he raises like a rally of rebellion and tries to attack the Cheng family and force them to give him the food. Of course, he does really well for a while, but in the end, he loses. He doesn't know how to control the fire, so he's banished. But before he does that, he is brought before the lion turtle, and the head Chang, we never get his name, asks him who else was involved in the rebellion. He refuses to give their names, and as a result, he banishes them. But he asks the lion turtle if he could keep his power, and the lion turtle allows him to keep his power, but forbids him from ever returning.
So basically, Juan, he's now venturing off into the forest, and this forest at first seems to be a complete death trap to any human. You've got like these giant
Venus fly traps.
You got pieces of fruit which are just actually bugs, like kind of bees that look like layered up into fruit. And then you have grass that kills.
Grass that'll strangle you and kill you, and a whole bunch of different animals and spirits that are all deadly. It's like Jurassic Park with like a spirit form.
Jurassic Park, spirit world. So eventually Juan comes across this oasis, kind of was it like run by this
lemur,
this
person.
Crazy sounding looking lemur. I feel like I know his voice, the voice actor's voice, but I don't know who it is because I feel like I've heard it before. I just don't know where.
Maybe when remember when Aang was kind of went crazy in the nightmare.
Is that the Momo? It's
yes.
The Momo voice. It's the voice Momo had when Aang
hasn't slept for a while.
What episode was that?
The nightmare.
It was the nightmare episode in Avatar: The Last Airbender season 3. If you guys watch that episode and then this episode, you'll see that lemur standing dude is the same voice as Momo.
Maybe a little bit deeper, but the same voice and everything. And so, essentially, it's half lemur, half man is actually, if you ask me, it looks a bit closer to the ring-tailed flying lemurs.
So it reminds me of like what are those things? Those goats, half human, half goat.
Centaurs.
Centaurs.
No, not centaur. Whatever they are.
Whatever they are, but this is half human, half lemur. Anyway, so Juan wants to go and enjoy some of the fresh-looking water and fruit.
Yeah, there's fresh
and
fruit.
Gets kicked out because the lemur is like
doesn't like people. He's like,
no humans allowed, buddy, and you stink. So Juan tries to infiltrate the oasis multiple times, but
by dressing himself in a bush costume and pretending to be a spirit.
It doesn't work too well.
Yeah, the lemur is able to smell his scent and still kicks him out, and he said, starts mocking him, and so in the end, he's sent. He goes out to find another lion turtle. Lion Turtle City, see if he could, start a new life.
Which actually, oddly enough, the other humans had no idea that other humans or lion turtles exist. They think they're an island, basically. They have no idea contact of the other world because they have no idea. They've been kind of pushed into isolation by these spirits, in a sense.
Yeah, and so, he goes out and tries to survive for himself, and he sees this, what is it, bobcat elk?
It's like a
lynx out, like an elk lynx or something like that.
They called it a cat deer.
And I think it's an elk lynx or something.
What?
Essentially, it's a cross between a lynx and an elk, aka with the body of an elk, with a lynx with tiny little horns. Like
kind of look more like a mountain lion. Like a mountain lion.
Something around there.
So anyway, he sees it trapped in like a net, and at first he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna cook you and eat you."
But then it gives him the puppy dog eyes or the kitty eyes or whatever eyes
he's got, and decides to let it loose. But before that happens, he comes across the same
the hunters. Remember them? They're back. So he decides to set free their food. The spirit animal runs off, and the humans end up chasing Juan, and he does pretty well. He knows how to survive, and
he actually he
used their fire against them because he still has ability to fire.
Yeah. So
to bend fire.
He actually uses the elements around him to fight against them.
Yeah, like the bees. Remember the bee fruit? He tosses them like a grenade.
And he's got he knows where those grass pits are. So, but eventually he gets attacked and he gets pinned.
Yeah, he gets pinned. He can't do anything. But lo and behold, lemur fellow asshole guy shows up and possesses one of them, and so now we have half human, no, 2/3 human, half 1/3 lemur, and it's
freaking demonic.
So the guy, actually really creepy.
So that frightens off the hunter leader into running away.
Yeah.
And when the lemur spirit leaves the human body, the human is like, "Oh my god, I look like a fucking lemur."
Yeah, so the lemur person runs away, and the lemur explains that when
the
lemur spirit explains that when a spirit enters a human body and they exit, they leave a certain part of their characteristics behind. But
he also mentions that if a spirit lasts too long in a human body, the human will actually die.
That's not good. So in any case, the lemur spirit takes Juan to the oasis to heal him up, and Juan asks why the spirit saved him, and the spirit says he's never seen kindness and selflessness shown in a human before, and that he's not like the other people. And Juan asks if he could stay with the lemur spirit animal guys and learn the ways of the spirit.
So, and one of the coolest things is during this experience is that he masters firebending from a dragon, and
I know
this is like
there's a scene, a direct scene. Remember Zuko doing the fire dance?
Oh, Zuko and Aang doing the fire dance, training with the masters.
The masters, like Yin and Ra, I think, or
something something raw.
Something in raw. Like, in any case, so he masters firebending and, you know, protects the spirits, and they're like, yay, round of applause. And essentially he goes off, and he, you know, with his now new pet antelope bobcat thing.
Anyway, so at the same time, we see that the other peasants who are being oppressed decide to leave the city, but are first granted firebending power from the lion turtle, and decide to, you know, follow Juan's same path and goal, but they're not the same as Juan. They don't really care about the spirits as much. They just want to get free from the Chan family.
Yeah, they just want a new life. So
it turns out then we flash back to Juan, and he's now traveling towards the
He's looking for other lion turtle
turtles. What he comes across?
Airbenders.
So yes, he does come across airbenders, but no.
Before he comes across airbenders,
we have a nice little battle going on between two gigantic ass spirits. When so Juan comes out of this forest, right, and sees a bunch of spirits going, like, oh shit, the whole valley is going to be destroyed. So Juan decides to head towards that the rumbling, and sees two giant spirits, one light and one dark.
Yes, like one's white and with blue in it, and the other is black with red in it.
And they're pitting and rolling and tossing each other around.
One has a nice angelic voice. The other one has evil demonic voice. And the evil demonic voice one convinces Juan that he's a good guy and that he's been tormented by said angelic voice spirit.
For 10,000 years.
For 10,000 years I have been possessed.
So, of course, Juan, you know, arrogant humans, decides to help out the light spirit. The dark spirit. Oh, shit, my bad.
Unwittingly knowing that he's a dark spirit. So he separates the two because, you know, the light spirit was sort of wrestling him down, and, you know, he separates the two, and the dark spirit flies off.
And goes, thank you. It kind of reminds me of like a Darth Vader.
It's
like fuck you guys, yeah. But
sort of ungrateful, if you ask me.
He's like the devil, basically.
Exactly. And so, you know, the light spirit explains to him that this guy is the embodiment of all evil, and that
you've made a grave mistake.
Yeah, she's like, you have made a great mistake, without the accent. But she goes into explaining like the backstory, how every 1,000 years or 110,000 years or something.
10,000 years.
Every 10,000 years, they have, you know, this, what is it, equinox?
This great
essentially a battle between good and evil in the place where the two worlds meet, the spirit world and the human world. And so it just so happens to be the two spirit portals, the north and south poles. So they wage war there, and they wrestle each other down. They wrestle each other down for the sake of peace. You know, generally the light has been the one to win and always keep the darkness under control. But since they've been separated now, dark has been able to roam free and sort of infect other spirits.
So Juan feels very guilty, which he should be, and, you know, decides to, like, okay, listen, I can try to help you out. He's talking to the light spirit out. It's Brava or something like that. And he says, listen, I'll do whatever it takes to help you. And she goes like...
She goes, fuck off. And she flies away and tries to find the dark spirit and try and...
Before it's too late.
Before it's too late, and try to re-wrestle him down. But still, she, so, you know, Juan slinks back off into the woods on his, like, catalope, for lack of... So, you know, he, and in a clearing, he finds a bunch of airbenders. He doesn't know that they're airbenders. He just says, hello, humans, and they run off. And turns out that he sees, you know, he tries to follow them and almost falls off a cliff.
Flies off the cliff.
Yeah, almost literally runs off the cliff. If this were, you know, Warner Brothers, he would have gone off and come back. But still, he he's on the edge of the cliff and he sees another airbender sort of ride a cloud to the lion turtle and
freaking cloud surfing. What the hell?
Why didn't Tang do that? That would have been brilliant. In any case, so they ride onto the lion turtle and he's like, I gotta get myself onto that lion turtle too. So what better way to do that than by catapult? He gets his catalope to tie like a nearby tree round a big heavy boulder.
Straight up a freaking Wile E. Coyote and launches himself across the goddamn canyon onto the lion turtle's one of his vines and climbs up and finds the village.
And so he's like, he says hello. I've been out. He explains his backstory to the monks. There's like remarkable. That's incredible. And it's like, why don't you sit down? And then all of a sudden, one of the little spirits resting on the monk's shoulder becomes a gremlin, and
a little demon gremlin. And all the other spirits turn evil and just start eating everything up. And Juan has to protect the airbenders or the humans.
The humans, airbender humans at that time. And interestingly enough, I kind of think the spirits in their evil form look kind of cooler, though. I mean, they're see-through and like
they're evil,
literally walking shadows with forms.
So Juan is now defending the humans against these evil spirits, and
he sees this. He sees a evil spirit coming back, and he's much bigger.
The big evil spirit.
I have no clue. We'll call it.
Something with an "ak" at the end of it.
Santiago.
Santiago, no.
That's all right. So Santiago says.
Santiago?
Because I don't know.
Okay, how about Big Evil Spirit? So Big Evil Spirit comes back, and
Santiago.
Whatever, Big Evil Spirit comes back, and he attempts to like kind of destroy everything, but Brava shows up and whoops his ass. Kind of like pushes him off.
Yeah. So. The big evil spirit says, sort of mocks them and it's like, you're so weak, I'm getting stronger and stronger, just watch, and, so I'll see you at the next equilibria, whatever it is. See you at the next equilibria, whatever it is, and flies off with his new cronies of evil spirits. And we see, actually, this is the first time we see a size indifference. Yeah, it's a size imbalance between the two. Brava looks much smaller, and Santiago looks much bigger.
Big bad evil spirit. So, what we have now is that Juan, convinces Brava that, hey, listen, I gotta help you. You're not gonna win by yourself. So, he convinces both the lion turtle and Brava to
give him airbending.
And the lion turtle's like, well, no human has ever has held two elements at the same time. And Juan continually proves that he's different from everyone else. And therefore, now he has both. But before he gains both, he has to
fuse with Rava, essentially.
Very quickly, Rava just passes right through him.
Yeah, and in order to combine their energies so that he can bend more than one element at a time.
So, now he has airbending, and I believe... now that Juan has airbending, he continues to master airbending and firebending, and then travels to other locations.
Yeah, he travels to other lion turtles and says the same story.
And yet at the same time, whenever you see these lion turtles, and then you see the cities on their backs, and the environments that the artist created are amazing. They're utterly amazing. They look spectacular.
I want to live on a lion turtle.
Yeah, okay. So, now comes the great battle. But right before the battle, we see that there's a fire in the forest right as they're heading towards the portal between between the spirit world.
They were trying to head to the spirit portal, and they smell fire, and so he goes off and he sees that the humans from the original firebending place remember them.
And his friend, one of his friends, has left this, and he's basically leading the village now.
Yeah, there's a new village. It's like a colony. You know what the American colonies? You know,
okay.
burn down the forest, build up things. You know, kill the savages,
So,
aka spirits in this case. Yeah, that sort of gig.
except that now the spirits are, pissed, and they're being led by the lemur spirit. So, but however, Juan and Rava are trying to prevent, they're trying to come to a peaceful conclusion, but Mr. Big Bad Evil Spirit shows up and uses the rage and hate in the spirits and turns them evil. And Juan has to combine with Rava, and it kind of goes into like a mini Avatar state.
Sort of an Avatar state of sorts, and it's, one of the more epic scenes.
It's not Avatar state yet, but it's pretty cool. And he's able to hold them off, but Rava can't stay in him forever, otherwise he'll die. And he leaves that state, and battle continues. And he wakes up and finds the evil spirit going, all your friends have been annihilated. I mean, holy shit, how many, was it like 20 dudes just got killed?
Probably more than that.
That's a lot of people.
But still, we see Rava behind a rock, sort of like still steaming, and the size, small enough to put in a tea kettle.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. So, Juan then finishes the travel, goes to this giant laser beam light thingy. Kind of reminds me of the Tron thingy,
aka the spirit portal. So he enters the spirit portal and sees that
it's kind of like a freaky world. It's like you got two spirals going in opposite directions, and in the middle is this great oak or tree.
An elder tree of sorts.
I don't know what it is, but anyway, Big Bad Evil Spirit shows up, and he's freaking humongous. And Juan is like, yo, bro, I'm gonna fight you right now, huh?
Yeah, essentially, he's the Santiago tells him that no humans ever attempted to fight in the equilibria, whatever it is, and so he says a sly comment back like, haven't you heard the legends? I'm like, not like most people, and they begin to fight. He gets his ass whooped. He gets his ass handed to him promptly.
So the only way Juan actually fights Big Bad Spirit, when we say Big Bad Spirit in Santiago, we're talking about the same spirit. Anyway, so when Juan combines with Rava, he actually is standing a decent chance. And but what was it in this fight? You just see Big Bad Evil Spirit shoot like a freaking purple laser, but like,
oh, yeah, it's like an anti-Kamehameha.
Like an anti-Kamehameha, purple style.
In any case, so Santiago is still kicking their ass. I mean, even though he is fighting back pretty successfully.
Juan's fighting back pretty successfully.
Juan is fighting back pretty successfully. Santiago still, really
starts whipping his ass.
Yeah, and so eventually we see
Juan Juan tuckers
whatever
out
it is,
and kind of ends up right next to like the equilibria beam thingies, and the alignment is basically an alignment of all the planets. Yeah, and you see the two giant laser portal thingies start to touch each other. You kind of make like a giant arc.
Yeah, and lightning comes down. They turn golden. Yeah, the whole evil setting.
Does the gold represent the evil?
No, the gold is since the one on the right was like a
blue.
No, the one on the left was blue. The one on the right was like a dark red. So combine the two together and you get like a mini light.
Clearly, Big Bad Evil Spirit was expecting to get ultimate power, but instead Juan touches the glowy, pretty thing.
Evil power of death, and absorbs all the power in the universe. He goes Avatar state,
and permanently combines with Rava.
Oh yeah, that's the best part.
And he goes Avatar state. That was the most
exciting.
It was the most epic moment when I heard that music. It's the same time when I heard the music for the first time. Same time I heard the music when Korra went in. But this remix version, oh my god, I got goosebumps on my arms and all over me. It was the best feeling I've had.
I'm getting all teary-eyed. I'm sorry.
So, and he whoops big bad evil spirits his ass, traps him in the air.
Oh yeah,
it's like the opposite of what Aang did.
Essentially he put Santiago in like an air sphere, surrounds it in like makes it like evil, super mega power bars of fire, earth, water, and air, and puts him into the Elder Tree and locks him there with like a super powerful curse that Santiago apparently can't break.
Before we go into our review and our assumption part, we would just like to say that at the end of this episode, you see Juan giving the statement that, I'm combined with Rava forever, and it's my job to create peace between the spirits and man. And so he separates both. Spirits go back to spirit world, man stays on material world. And it's his job to maintain balance in the world.
So
between either humans and humans and spirits and humans, it doesn't matter. But the very last scene you see him is like you see like the cutscene where like battles, like a picture of a battle, and then you go to him, an older one, like very old, and like armor and everything, and he's just lied down and says, "Sorry, Rava, I failed you." I was really upset, and you just see
that's terrible because he dies.
He dies right in front of you.
He dies doing the thing he tried to protect.
It leaves you feeling like, oh my god, it's like kind of empty. You know what I mean? Like the sense that he feels regret for not finishing his job, and even though he gets reborn, kind of, it's not the same feeling because he never finished his work.
Exactly. No more Boss Amazing Avatar Juan music. I mean,
so
in any case, I just like to make this one comment. If you ever do watch the episode, pay close attention to the Elder Tree that Juan places Juan places Santiago in. If you take a look at it, doesn't it to me personally, it looks kind of like the place where Aang found Ko.
Ko, the face stealer, if you don't remember. But now so. Before we get on the review, I just want to say, pretty much, episode 5 and 6, because this is episode 7, I believe.
Yes.
Episode 5 and 6, I never got a review, or I got around to do a review for that, but pretty much, it all leads up to this point. So I guess we can. I'm sorry for not doing the review then, but I would just say you have to watch 4, 5, and 6 to be properly caught up with this whole idea. So let me just do a quick review of 5 and 6. Pretty much, Varric is, what's her name? Asami is going into debt. Mako broke up. I'm doing a really quick review here. Mako breaks up with Korra.
Professional heartbreaker.
Love triangle in Legend of Korra looks like squiggly lines everywhere. Makes no sense. But, so, Asami is in huge amount of trouble. She's failing to get back in business, and
she strikes a deal with Varric that Varric will have partial ownership of her company.
And Varric is manipulating the crap out of Asami, and we don't have time to do that. We're doing episode 7 anyway. So pretty much, Korra is not getting backed up by General Iroh because Mako ratted her out.
And she storms off, breaks everything he owns, including his heart, and he flies off.
And you find, Lin Beifong comes out like, what the Flameo happened here? I was like, Flameo!
Flameo's back. Yes, it is. So, in any case, so she tells him he got off easy, making a snide remark about how she sort of blew up Air Temple Island when Tenzin broke up. You should have seen
Air Temple Island when Aang broke up with
Tenzin.
Oh, Tenzin broke up with me. Oh my god. Anyway, so the fact is, Korra is now heading towards the Fire Nation to get support from potential Zuko.
Oh man,
because when I heard Iroh go, my father and my grandfather,
my mother and grandfather
are great advocates and supporters of the Avatar. I was like, Zuko, let me see some Zuko. But we never got to see it because she's in a speedboat, gets attacked by the 2 evil twins.
Eska and Desna.
Oh my god, they're creepy as hell. And gets attacked by a water spirit. So
the Kraken!
Yeah, the same water spirit that we talked about in the beginning. So Desna and Eska tell Unalaq that she's dead. Unalaq is freaking the shit out. I don't know. Something feels weird about Unalaq now that I've seen this episode.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't
Does he seem like he's being possessed by Big Bad Evil Spirit? In a sense,
yeah, maybe,
to reopen the spirit world? It feels like that.
Yeah, maybe Santiago's...
Imagine this. Imagine if he stole his face.
Oh, man.
And is impersonating him.
That's crazy.
Just think of this. Like, poof, mind blown right there. Anyway, so now let's do the review. We're going on to the review of episode 7. Okay, so out of all the Legend of Korra episodes you've seen...
This is
at least for season 2. This has got to be the best.
Out of all of them that I have seen, I think it's the best. I mean, it gives backstory, it gives plot, it doesn't give too little nor too much away.
Greatly paced.
Great art, great music.
I would have to say...
Lemur humans.
Lemur humans. If there was a whole season dedicated to one, I would watch it. I would watch it with...
I'd watch it and cry.
I would watch it and cry when it ended, the same way Game of Thrones ends and any other great series or movies ends. I mean,
this was a great episode.
You go through the life and death of this awesome Avatar in 1 hour episode. I wish every Avatar Legend of Korra episode was 1 hour because too much happens with Korra too quickly.
Yeah,
in half an hour. You don't get the complete experience.
Is it just me or do the new episodes feel more rushed than the old ones?
I think they're trying to cram a lot of things in. Now, okay, so here's another idea that I've had, that going back to end of episode 6 when Korra washes up on the shore of the Fire Sage Island, is that she doesn't remember anything. So my idea, or not, probably multiple people's ideas, that, including my own, that this is the way the screen, I think the creators of Avatar Legend of Korra are going to rewrite the script and attitude for Korra, because she's been kind of a jerk the whole time.
Yeah, and she might have a new personality.
She may now have a new personality.
She might have to relearn the elements. I don't know. Relearn them the proper way or something.
The proper way, or the real way, like connecting with the spirit side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this could potentially be the changing point. We could see a new personality in Korra, more respectful, more in tune with the spirit nature instead of rash and whatever the hell she acted. Haste and plain stupid. Didn't you feel like after every episode she learned the lesson and forgot about it by the next episode and made the same fucking mistake?
I think so, actually.
That's happened
like, don't judge a book by its cover. Damn it, Mako, you're betraying me. You have absolutely no reason. Blah 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 blah.
And this is the first time I actually support Mako for breaking up with Korra, because Korra was acting like a complete jerk. Even though Mako threw the ultimate diss at her, it's like, I wouldn't have to keep on fixing things if you didn't start messing everything up. Or it's like, no, you didn't have to start fixing everything if you didn't have to start messing things up in the first place. And Korra went, oh fuck no, man, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And Mako's like, listen, buddy. Listen, girl, I'm breaking up with you. And she's like, you're breaking up?
I mean, Asami, there's no excuse for Asami.
But, I felt a little bad for Korra when she's on the speedboat and you see a little teardrop come over her eye. Except, I couldn't feel bad for her, long enough, because fucking Desna and Eska show up. I feel because it's rushed so quickly, you don't get time to enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the feelings. That's what makes Avatar amazing.
It's like literally Korra, teardrop, gets attacked. It's like, really?
By the Kraken!
No. It was first Desna, Eska, and then the Kraken.
Anyway. And then the Kraken!
Okay, thank you. So, I felt that this episode was incredibly well paced, amazing art, design.
Story, 10. Music, 10. Characterization, 10. What else is there? Let's see. Plot, 10. I think this is a 10 out of 10, in my opinion.
This episode is the best Legend of Korra episode, at least for Season 2. I can't judge for Season 1, because in Season 1, I'm going to give Season 1 a little credit, because they had no idea how long they were going to even run for.
Yeah, they thought it was going to be a mini-season.
They thought it was going to be one season and poof, gone. But now they have more time, so this is the best season for Season 2. Episode for Season 2. And I believe, now that they have more time, the reason why I believe that they're going to throw Korra's old personally out the windows because now I think they're gonna kind of. This is the point where I believe they wanted to start at, but never had the time to do.
Yeah.
Because in the first season, like we said, they thought they were only gonna have one, and therefore they try to cram as much story in as possible. Mm-hmm. And I felt like that was more like a demo season.
Yeah, really. I think it was definitely a mistake. There's definitely way too much.
Well, it wasn't
Republic City.
It wasn't a mistake. It was just. I would think it was wrong for Nickelodeon to kind of not give Avatar: Legend of Korra the kind of time it needed to. But and when I mean time, I mean like slots seasons, because they wanted to see how well it would do. It did pretty damn well for a rushed season. And I hope that with this change in 6 to 7 episode, right, that we will see a more likable Korra,
better music, lemur people, Santiago.
I don't think we're gonna see all those things, but we may see some things. So basically, at the end of episode 7, we find that Korra knows where Brava is, and also knows like, oh my god,
she remembers.
I'm Korra, but she doesn't go like this. I'm the Avatar. No, she doesn't do that bullshit. She's like
Ember Island players. I love that episode.
The Fire Sages go, do you remember who you are? And she goes, I'm Avatar. I remember. I'm Avatar Korra. Almost in a humbling way. And I actually enjoyed that moment thoroughly. That was the first time I enjoyed a moment with Korra in it. Because I felt like she now understands herself better.
And
where she comes from.
And Avatar.
And she's more respectful. I feel like, bam, she kind of, I don't know, mentally got older, more developed.
Yes. She definitely matured. And actually,
I wonder how long they were in that place for. Because she says, how long have I been there? And the Fire Sage people are like, the elder was like, I have no idea how long we've been here because they don't have clocks or anything there. So,
also,
it would be kind of freaky to see something sped up a long way. But like at the end of the episode, they state that 1 week until that equilibrium between spirit and material world happens again. So, pretty much for this review, we would say episode 7 is the best episode of season 2 so far. And if I could see a whole season based off of one, I would. And if you've given up hope on Legend of Korra, give it another chance. Watch this episode.
Or just watch this episode a whole bunch of times and make it a season yourself. Whatever.
And, just give it another chance. Wait until next
episode. Hopefully.
I don't know. I think they may be going on a hiatus soon. And they're going to be returning around November. I'm not sure when they're going on the hiatus.
Oh, no.
I know. That's unfortunate. But it happens sometimes. But they'll be back in November. It's not going to be like a 6-month hiatus. They'll be back in a month. They're taking a break. And, God, I really, this could be the episode, because it's almost like a 1 hour finale kind of thing that separates the season in half. I don't know. But I would like to say, don't give up hope on Legend of Korra. Please watch this episode. And
it's definitely worth it.
It's definitely worth it. And wait until the next episode before you make any judgments on this season. And I thank you guys for watching. And please continue to check in on my channel to see other videos. And please like this video, subscribe.
Anything that's good.
All that good stuff.
Nice comments, no swearing, you know the drill.
And continue to support. You guys are the ones who make my channel what it is. I couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you so much, and
see you around.